What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and this video today is a case closed moment for Bitcoin and Bitcoin utility. And what do I mean by that? With everything that's been going on, all the conflicts that have been happening, but especially with Ukraine and Russia, there hasn't been a scenario that could have painted the use case for Bitcoin in a better light. Everyone who was a naysayer, everyone who's been poo-pooing crypto and Bitcoin in general, specifically, has always stated, well, it's kind of like money in the sky, right? Magical money, digital money, doesn't mean anything, has no real use cases. Well, lo and behold, we are now in a very unfortunate predicament between Russia and Ukraine, and what is being leaned on in terms of financial savior, as a financial savior for the Ukrainian residents and anyone caught up in this conflict. It's Bitcoin, right? And I want to kind of take you through a couple things, article wise, but Twitter and Twitter's a great place where you get current information. And you're going to see it from those who are in Ukraine or close to that area. You're going to see it from people who are closely monitoring the situation. And it's just fascinating that you can see things play out, albeit through social media, but you get a window into certain things that we never would have been exposed to before. Okay, so while everything is unfortunate, it's tragic, and it should not be happening, the fact that what is the silver lining, and if there is anything of silver lining in this, is that Bitcoin has the potential to help, and it is real, and it has real utility. And I want to highlight that today, because I don't want that to be lost. You can hear about it or read about it on Twitter. It's pretty prevalent there. But if you're not there, you still may not even be aware of how it's helping out in this situation. And not even helping out a little bit. How significant the aid has been. All right, so let's kind of just jump into this. I'm going to kind of highlight kind of what's been going on. So this is BBC News. I'm going to refresh this here just to make sure nothing's kind of changed here. Okay, so we're still looking at 2 hours ago, and the headline here is that millions of Bitcoin pouring into Ukraine from donors. So the whole setup here is that banks have been shut down in the Ukraine, and the ones that may be still functioning are limiting how much people can actually withdraw from them. So imagine having all of your life savings, whatever you'd stored up, in your bank account, and you go there and they tell you, listen, you can only do 3,000 maximum. What would you do with that? Right? If you were fleeing the country, if that was your goal, that was your intention, what would 3,000 or any nominal amount that they will allow you to take of your own money? This is not you taking a loan. This is not you doing anything. This is you saying, I want to access my own money. And maybe you have faced this going just on an everyday, right? You want a certain amount of money. They say, hey, well, we need due notice before you do so, or give us a couple days, or even when you make certified checks or drafts or anything of that nature, it takes a certain amount of time for it to go through. So all these middlemen have their hands in the pot and delay access to your own money, or in this case, flat out deny. So that's kind of the landscape that we're dealing with right now. So what did the Ukrainian government do? Is that they started to ask for straight up donations. So right here, where did that go? Okay, so on the Ukrainian government themselves started saying that, hey, we're now accepting cryptocurrency donations, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Tether, which is a form of stablecoin, USDT. And they give their addresses, okay, so that you can donate directly to them. You're not going through middlemen, you're not doing anything of that nature. It's going directly to them. And listen, that's a big deal. This is not, a person who's been pro-Bitcoin for, the last 6 to 8 years and is kind of making a claim on an individual level. These are not, financial rebels or system rebels who are doing this. This is another government that's in a crisis situation that is actually reaching out. They're not asking for gold. How much gold was raised? Like, how much gold was sent? How could it be sent to them? What use would gold be to them? We have no way of getting it to them anyway. Okay, so they didn't ask for that. They didn't ask for anything else. They asked for crypto. They asked for Bitcoin. They asked for ETH. And they asked for USDT. I want everyone to wrap their heads around that. That's a big deal. All right? So how much did they actually raise in the last little while? Okay, and this was just yesterday. The government actually asked for this, or asked for donations to come directly into their wallets. So as of the BBC for 2 hours ago, you've got 11 million directly going in there. You've had one person who donated, one particular entity has donated 3 million, so that's 4,000 Bitcoin to this cause. Just one person, right? And then the average, they're saying the median donation here is $95. Okay, and so this is $11 million within a 24-hour span, maybe even less than 24 hours, which this is happening. Okay, so I want to kind of go through some of these tweets, which some really good things that are coming out of here. Yeah, so look at this. So this was 2 minutes ago. Yeah, so we have some different numbers here. They're saying 11 cryptocurrency analysts are saying it's $11 million. This particular tweet, they've got 3.4 million in a matter of hours. Where could you do that? Where would you ever see that? And it's going directly to them. Okay, so here you go. So look, they're requesting cryptocurrency donations. And a single donation is worth 1.86 million. All right. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable what is transpiring right now. All right. Yeah, and this is actually the headline that we've highlighted, which is millions in Bitcoin pouring into Ukraine from donors. Okay, so just nonstop of what's happening currently. Okay, and the fact that it's a fundraiser coming from the Ukrainian government, that is massive. Okay, so and there was a stat in here that Ukraine is actually now the largest holder of Bitcoin from any country, including El Salvador, which has been accumulating prior to all of this, and probably still doing so as well. Yeah, here we go. So Ukraine has the largest Bitcoin treasury of any country with a value of $1.8 billion. So 46,351 Bitcoin in their treasury. So this isn't even a now scenario where they're just accepting Bitcoin, and then at some point when this conflict eases off, they're going to do away with it. I mean, this is really a point of no return. And so for anyone out there, and maybe it's you right now who are watching this, who have thought, what could possibly be the use cases for crypto, for Bitcoin? If this isn't a case closed matter, I don't know what is. So everyone who's been a huge proponent of gold has no way of helping. If you own gold, if you own physical bars of gold, you need a vault for it. You have to be able to carry it if you want to go somewhere, if you have any significance. And if you want to give it to somebody, how's that even going to happen? Especially if they're not in your local area. Not happening, right? If you own it in the form of a stock. I mean, the day that this happened, the Russian stock market dropped by 45 to 50%, right? Easily things could get shut down. How do you even access it? Even if you wanted to withdraw it into cash, if the bank says you can't, what are you going to do about it? Okay, so I really need you and anyone watching to understand how important and how significant this scenario is. And while the conflict is extremely, extremely tragic and unfortunate, the fact that Bitcoin is, a ray of sunshine, a silver lining, however you want to frame it. It's a very big positive, and it's actually helping out. So you want to talk about use cases. You can talk about a use case being, I've 2x my portfolio, I 5x my portfolio, all of that. And a lot of the fat cats that are sitting in the West talking about gold and doing that, they're talking about a store of value that's paper, right? Or for some unfortunate event that is never going to happen to them. But we are seeing an area that's being hit directly and are actually being afforded some salvation through Bitcoin directly. And I wanted to highlight a tweet if I can find it. And if I can't, I'll just kind of, well, here. And this will highlight centralization versus decentralization. If I can find this for you guys here. Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be here. So what had happened was, yeah, I can't find it now, but basically someone had a friend from the Ukraine who wasn't able to buy a car or do something to get out of the country because his bank accounts were closed or whatnot. Or whatnot. And so someone who had access to Bitcoin was able to send him the 4,000 USD required via crypto. And so he was able to access that and kind of do what he needed to do with that. So, I mean, that's that individual peer-to-peer type transaction that is really only possible through this type of mode, right? Which is crypto. So, and then there's a site called Patreon, which is like a chat platform. And I believe someone was trying to donate 250,000 to a Ukrainian fundraiser, and they blocked it. So that's centralization. That's Web 2.0. That's a middleman stopping you from doing what you want to do with your own finances. That's been cut out. So I wanted to highlight this. I wanted to point out that this is a point of no return. This after today and what's been happening now, we cannot dismiss Bitcoin. We cannot dismiss use cases for it and how legitimate it is and what it can provide for not only just from a profit standpoint, a portfolio standpoint, but really when you, many, or a country itself are in need, Bitcoin can come in and help. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do your own research. Please look into what's happening and how crypto is actually helping out. It's going to open your eyes and it's going to blow your mind. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, share the video, especially if you have any naysayers who say there's no use cases for crypto. All right. So remember, guys, tomorrow never comes, and that is being highlighted very, very well in the conflict that's happening for both sides, that there's no guarantee that tomorrow will be here. Jump in the game, guys. See you in the next one.